What's up, ATL? It's Ray.
And it's AG.
And if you ain't already heard,
we them birds.
4th round pick, Kendal Daniels. Kendal Daniels out of Oklahoma, plays outside linebacker. Started off as a safety with Oklahoma State. If you just look at him, man, this dude is like really the size of a defensive end. 6'5", 242 pounds. Big dude, you know what I mean? But he is all around the field. He can play outside linebacker. He can play safety. He can play the middle of the field. He can play nickel. He's somebody that I feel like the NFL is trying to create, just like in basketball, where it's kind of like non-positional players. Right. Like he doesn't have a specific position. Like you just got to be a good player, man. You just got to know how to play the game. And I feel like he is perfect for Ubrick. He got Ubrick written all over him.
Yeah, and another thing that you have to think about as well is when we had Devondre Campbell, he's a similar body type.
Yeah.
6'5", lean guy.
Yeah.
Quick, fast, and straight to the ball.
Yeah.
There's no separation between him and his man when he is in pass coverage, and he can play most parts of the defense. Mm-hmm. And that's something that Ian and Stefanski have said in previous press conferences when they first entered into the first regime of the season. They said that they wanted non-positional guys that can be versatile. They want versatile players, smart, versatile players, and that comes from drafting guys that can play all over the defense and play here and make plays over here and still be able to play in a different position the next down. So it's definitely a good pick up
Hey,
first.
Man. And have you seen how physical this dude played?
He's like the Grim Reaper.
Bro.
He out there about to kill somebody.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. He is out to take your head, man. He is out for blood.
That's a real football player.
Please, just watch his tape. Don't take our word for it. Don't take our word for it. Go watch his tape.
Watch the tape.
Kendal Daniels, Oklahoma, number 5, plays outside linebacker. Man, when he's going for a tackle, he's not getting stood up. They're going straight to the ground, bro. I mean, it's like we need that type of physicality. We need that because that hypes up the rest of the team, man. And
Ubrick in his year 2.
Yeah,
he's definitely getting more leeway with this regime to be able to get the guys that he wants, and to bring in the guys that he wants and visions for this defense. Because now your first hands, you came in, hands kind of tied. Now you got a little bit more leeway with the regime that says, hey, go get your guys because our jobs are now on the line. Everybody's jobs on the line. Mm-hmm. Matt's in the front office checking everybody to make sure that they're doing their job. That's what his job is. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect any more missteps when it comes to signing players and signing people that we think we should and getting people that we don't think we should and signing guys from Wichita State and whatnot. You know what I mean? I think it was a solid draft overall. Mm-hmm. We literally...
Coming in with 5 picks.
We came in with 5 picks, left with
7
picks.
7 picks.
Shout out to Ian.
Yeah.
He cooked up with that one.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was we drafted from the Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC, and we didn't play around. Yeah, those are power conferences that win championships every year consecutively.
Yeah. I think that, like I said, with these 5 picks coming into the draft, I think that obviously you don't have a lot of draft capital.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not a lot that you can trade for. I did think that Kyle Pitts was going to be traded so that we can get some more picks. But I'm actually glad that we kept Kyle Pitts. You know, I think Kyle Pitts is someone who just needed to get over that injury bug. I think that last year it really showed us who he can really be. And I think now it just comes down to Penix and Tua.
Yeah.
Giving them the ball, bro. Getting them the ball, knowing how to spread that ball around, being accurate, not losing us games, not taking sacks unnecessarily. And I think that we can really be looking at ourselves playing in January for the playoffs, man.
Yeah. So when it comes to the competition for camp and things like that, I do think that Pitts being here and on a 1-year deal, on a prove-it deal, shows more that, hey, I'm ready to go out and ball out. No matter who's the quarterback, no matter who we got, I'm ready to go out and show y'all that I'm worth the contract that y'all signed me for in the beginning. Mm-hmm. We did see Kyle Pitts' worth when the last person, guess who, Matt Ryan, was throwing to him, had a 1,000-yard season. So we've seen that Pitts had that in him already, right? Mm-hmm. So that also gave us the notion like, okay, now it's time to build the team around this guy. This guy didn't have a quarterback ever since Matt left.
Yeah.
He has a chance now with Penix to have a quarterback. The Falcons just have to open the competition up, really evaluate the competition, let the starters play in the preseason, and make a decision based off of that. Let starters play in the preseason.
I hated that.
Just to get the rust off, because we start season so slow, and that's like a jump. I know everybody doesn't want their players to get hurt, but it's proven that a lot of rust can get you injured as well. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You're just not used to that contact. You know what I mean? You can't. It takes a while for you to find that flow into playing real NFL speed football.
Right.
So if you had to grade this year's draft, what would you give the draft?
Give him an A.
An A. Okay.
An A for the ATL.
All right.
Not only am I gonna give him an A because we filled needs, like I said at the beginning of the show. We filled the basic holes that were right there, obvious, blatant in front of us. We didn't just overlook it and get somebody from, like I said, Montana State that plays kicker. We don't need a kicker right now. We already got a vet. We don't need another group of quarterbacks coming in from somewhere down in Florida. We got plenty of competition right here in Atlanta. We got 4 quarterbacks on the roster right now. So that's going to elevate us in a competition state, giving us enough leeway to really evaluate how good this team can be.
I'm going to give my grade, and I think you've been a little bit generous. All right. I'm going to give it a B.
Okay.
All right. Remember, we unfiltered.
Because.
Here's the thing. It's hard to give an A when we didn't even get a first-round pick, because there were a lot of players. If we would have been in the first round, we would have had the 13th pick. There would have been a lot of players that we could have picked up and still had Avion and still had Kendall and still had Zachariah Branch. But I think that the reason why I can't completely give it an A is because we're not sure how these players are going to come in and fit into the scheme.
Okay.
Think about Zachariah. He's small. And he, if you watch his game, he 80%, 70% of his catches is behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a lot of development that needs to go throughout this offseason, throughout the camps. And I'm excited to see it. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think that to give a true grade to this year's draft, we're going to need to see what it looks like toward the end of the year. Because last year I said we got an A. James Pierce, dog. Xavier Watts, dog. Billy Bowman, dog. We got some dogs. We got some real dogs from last year's draft. But I think that it's a lot of these players that we picked up this year, like they're going to have to show us, you know what I mean? And none of these players' spots is guaranteed. Even Avion Terrell. We still got Mike Hughes. You know what I'm saying? So is Mike Hughes going to step it up because he got competition? If we would have had a first-round pick, we would have drafted a player that we know was going to be a day one starter.
Right.
All right. So for me, it's hard to give it an A. So I give it a B. I say B+. Just because I think, like I said, we got a lot of proven players right now. And like I said, I'm excited to see it.
I ain't going to lie, man. You kind of got me on the topic. So, I mean, now, the thing about it is, even with the first-round pick, not having a first-round pick, you still got James Pierce. And shout out to him in that case. Hope everything go well.
Okay.
But would you take James Pierce Jr. at 13 this year over anybody that's in that draft?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
No.
That's fair.
That's
personally, I would still take James Pierce Jr. at 13 this year and say that I won that trade just because Ty Simpson is not going to touch the field for another 2-3 years, and you just wasted a 13 pick. on him, bro.
Yeah.
He's not gonna play for 2 years as opposed to somebody that's producing and almost had the leading for rookies in sacks.
Well, obviously, if we're talking about for the next year, James Pierce, we know we'll have another episode for that. But James Pierce, bruh, he gave us more production than we would have even expected. But the only thing with James Pierce is, obviously, with the situation that's going on that we're not going to speak on right now, it's just that he's still going to be missing games. He's going to miss at least 10 to 12 games.
Right.
He's not going to come in and start. So even if we were to have him, it would be towards the end of the season, which not to say we may not need him then, right. Because that's when football really start to get competitive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I do agree. I would say that I would pick James Pierce at 13 this year. But just like I said, if you look at next year's draft,
oh yeah, it's
deep.
It's some dogs coming out next year,
bro.
Man.
Next year, we really gonna have to accumulate all of our picks. Like we gonna need as many picks as we can get next year. But I do agree with you though. I do feel like James Pierce. I'm glad that we picked him up. If I had to do it again, I would have did it again. I would have picked him up along with Jalen Walker. They both are productive rookies, along with Xavier Watts. But yeah, man.